I'm Charles Joinson. I've been running a company for 25 years. At Essex Wildlife Trust, I've been a trustee for 7. I'm allowed to do 9 years. And I help the trust make difficult decisions about finance, about employment, lots of other tricky decisions. I want you to imagine you're walking through a diverse Essex wood. In the vegetation around you, you can hear the twittering of longtail. You can hear the calling of song thrushes in the foliage above your head, and you can see fritillary butterflies dancing in the bushes. And then you walk out of the woods and you find yourself in an area of scrub with hawthorn and blackthorn and rowan, covered with flowers so it looks like it's snowed. And there you hear cuckoos calling and you hear the purring of turtle doves. And then you walk on and you find yourself on the edge of the seashore and you see curlews and hear their plaintive songs. That's what we have to protect, not just for us, but for our children. But we have to do it quickly because our population is already 8 billion people on this planet. And in the next 80 years, it's going to grow to about 10. But after that, it's predicted to fall dramatically. And that means that nature is going to have a lot of trouble surviving in the next 80 years, but after that, it's got a much better chance. And nature will then be able to expand out from that little nature reserve you protected with your legacy and to cover not just Essex, but the whole of the country. I can give you 2 examples of legacies that have been really, really important for nature and for Essex Wildlife Trust. One is the Joan Elliott legacy of Abbots Hall Farm, which is Essex Wildlife Trust headquarters, but it's a fascinating mix of salt marsh, grazing marsh and ancient hedgerows. And there you'll see regshanks, you'll see lapwings, you may even be lucky enough to see a water vole. And the second one is the legacy left to the trust by Phyllis Curry. And that's a beautiful little nature reserve with an orchid-rich wildflower meadow and a wonderful lake that is absolutely loaded with wildlife. You've got 23 species of butterfly there, you've got kingfishers, and you've got water rails. So wonderful, beautiful nucleuses for future wildlife expansion that are so important to nature. Yes, every square foot of Essex ground gives nature a chance. Even the smallest of legacies give nature a chance. So that square foot could give space for an oak tree to grow, it could be space for salt marsh, it could be space for seagrass to grow, or even mud to feed curlews. It's every single tiny patch is important. Every single tiny donation is really helpful. It's the one thing you can invest in a legacy that will actually grow, that will grow over time, and generations after you're gone will see it getting more and more rich with its diverse wildlife and will recognize that you did something really important. Even the smallest legacy can be really important for nature. So if you're willing to discuss a legacy and leaving a legacy to Essex Wildlife Trust, talk to our legacy team, they can help.